Here is a sentence that moved markets this week and told you almost nothing. A report from an independent research shop questioned the timing of Nvidia's next big rack scale system, the one some call Kyber. And Nvidia answered fast with a statement: "Our roadmap is intact." Now watch what your brain wants to do. It wants to treat that denial as evidence the schedule is fine. But think about it for 1 second. A denial is exactly what a company says whether or not a node is slipping. The incentive to reassure is always there. So the statement by itself cannot settle the question. What settles it is the ship date, when the racks actually arrive, and when the customers actually book them. Same news, two completely different things: a press line and a shipping calendar. When a stock like Nvidia is priced for a flawless cadence, the useful question is not what the company says about the roadmap. It is which calendar you are actually paying for. Start with what is actually on the table, because the headline blurs it. Nvidia's data center cadence is public and so far real. Blackwell, the current generation, is shipping in volume. Rubin is the next generation. And then there is a Rubin generation rack scale system, the dense 500 plus GPU rack that some reports call Kyber. That top rack node is the piece the report questioned, not the whole roadmap, one node's timing. Nvidia's answer was to restate the plan, intact. So picture the roadmap as a rail with milestones. The company draws a banner over it that says on track, and the report draws a faint ghost of that last node, sliding a little to the right. Here is the key move. The banner and the ghost are both just claims. Neither one is a delivered rack. The trunk of this whole argument is simple. A reported schedule is supposed to move with actual silicon and system availability. When it moves instead with press statements, that is the anomaly worth auditing. So why insist the denial tells you nothing? Because of a basic rule about signals. A signal only carries information if it would be different in the two worlds you are trying to tell apart. Ask yourself, in the world where the rack is perfectly on schedule, what does Nvidia say? Our roadmap is intact. Now the world where the rack has quietly slipped a quarter, what does Nvidia say on the day a report breaks? Almost certainly the same thing. Our roadmap is intact. If the statement is identical in both worlds, then hearing it moves you exactly nowhere between them. That is not a knock on Nvidia specifically. Every company under a timing rumor reassures, because there is no cost to reassuring and a real cost to confirming a slip. The denial is cheap talk, in the precise technical sense. It is talk that costs nothing to say. The things that would actually cost something to fake: a shipping date, a customer's booked capacity, a supplier's order. Those are the signals. Now zoom out to who actually put money behind an opinion. On the same day, it was not Nvidia's own shares that told the story. It was the supply chain. Asian printed circuit board makers and other AI hardware names further down the stack dipped. Why them? Because their revenue is tied to when the next generation racks actually get built and shipped, quarter by quarter. They cannot trade on a press statement. They have to plan around real order timing. So when they wobble, the market is voting on the shipping calendar, the exact thing the denial could not settle. That is the useful tell hidden in a noisy day. The stock reacts to the story. The supply chain reacts to the schedule. And when you want to know whether a roadmap is really on track, you watch the people who have to buy the parts, not the people who write the statements. Their orders are the signal that costs something to send. Now, the honest other side, because skepticism can overshoot too. Even if that top rack node did slip a quarter, that is not the same as the franchise cracking. Blackwell is shipping now in enormous volume, and the demand underneath it is real. The build-out is not waiting on one future rack to keep going. Nvidia's lead in software, in the interconnect, in the installed base, is not erased by a timing question on a system that is still a generation away. So the bear can be right that the denial is uninformative, and still be wrong to trade it as though the whole roadmap is falling apart. A slip in one node is a schedule story. A break in the franchise would need much more. Share loss to a real alternative, a demand air pocket, a software crack. None of that is what a single timing report shows. The correct read is narrow. The statement did not settle the schedule. It is not that the schedule is broken. So what actually resolves it? Not the next statement. 3 shipping tells you can watch instead. 1. Rack availability. When does the disputed rack scale system show up in real customer hands? A date from a shipping company, not a slide. That date, if it holds, is the denial made costly and therefore credible. 2. Hyperscaler CapEx timing. The big cloud buyers schedule their spending around when they can actually deploy. So watch whether their CapEx calendars pull the next generation forward or quietly push it. Their money is the vote that counts. 3. The next guidance. If the schedule really is intact, the forward numbers do not need to flinch. If a node slipped, it eventually shows up in a revenue line, not a press line. When those 3 shipping signals line up with the statement, the roadmap is confirmed by something that cost real money to send. Until then, the denial is just the least surprising sentence in the story. So, back to where we started. A report questioned one rack node's timing. The company said the roadmap is intact. The supply chain dipped anyway. The single most useful habit you can build from this is not about Nvidia at all. It is this: When a company denies a delay, do not update on the denial. Update on the things that would cost something to fake: a shipping date, a booked order, a guidance number. A denial is free to say, so it carries no information about which world you are in. A ship date is expensive to send, so it does. Every stock price for a flawless roadmap is really priced on a shipping calendar. Ask which calendar the price is leaning on, the one the company describes or the one the parts makers are ordering against. This is educational analysis of public information, not investment advice. Verify every figure and date yourself before you act on any of it.